everyone. If you're just swipe left, swipe right, share. Hey Jenny. Hey you guys. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hey Kimmy. Hi Kimberly. Hi Melanie. Hola Chrissy. Hi Gail. Hi Gabby. Woo, Kristen. All right. Hey, hey. So, all right. The first thing I want to say is, I don't even know how many days this is that I am your first scope. Welcome. Hi, Steph. So rhythm mix dance. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for inviting followers. That is swiping to the right, swiping to the left, or up and down. Sharing with your followers, sharing with Twitter. Hello. So, first and foremost, if you are looking for a sexy broad on a treadmill, you are not going to find her here. That seems to be my... Thank you, everyone, for sharing. How wonderful. So, I want to say one thing. I want to preface before a whole bunch of people come on. I have decided that my Periscope is not going to be specifically about Sensi, or the company that I work for. I want to provide my knowledge to a broad base of viewers, meaning, thank you for the share, meaning that I want to talk about knowledge that I have that can be used in any business that you run, in any direct sales business that you're in, or in your life at home, you know, those kinds of things. Hey, thank you for sharing. So, I don't know what day today is. Empowering daily. Absolutely. I need to have my, you can't see, I have a very large arm, and it's not all muscular, I might add. Hey, girl! All right. So, one of the things, and I'm so excited that later I'm going to be doing a Scoper Chat shout out. So the new hashtag SCSO for Scoper Chat shout out. So if you want to promote your Periscope channel, then join me at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because I'm going to do a Scoper Chat shout out. Say that one fast a gazillion times. So that is where we're going to talk to each other, learn about it. Hey, Linda, learn about each other. And so that's at 4 o'clock. So, tongue-tied, absolutely. Scoper Chat shout out. I want to talk to you guys about something. There is a gentleman here on Periscope. His name is John Milton, and his wife's name is Nadia. And I happened to find her scope first, and then found out that her husband also was a scoper. So I think that you need to find him, because we have like minds. And when you hang out with like minds, what happens? What happens when you hang out with like-minded people? It brings success, right? It brings joy. It brings power in numbers. And so brilliant things do happen. So yesterday I was having a conversation, and one of the things that we talked about was that you don't have to be loud to be powerful. Meaning that you don't have to be in everybody's face, you don't have to be in everybody's space to be powerful. And that I feel like, for me specifically, if I was going to use myself, I don't think that I'm necessarily loud. I can be very loud when I'm talking. But I'm not like in everybody's face, and I'm not, you know, a lot of people will seek me out, or I will seek them out, because I think that we would have a lot to offer each other, that kind of a thing. But I'm not large and in charge kind of a person. It's more kind of a humble approach, I guess. And so one of the things that we were talking about yesterday was that, and when I say this, a lot of you are going to know who I was talking to, But her favorite motto is, you do not have to be perfect to be powerful. And yesterday I added, you do not have to be loud to be powerful either. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I think that that is something to think about internally for yourself, especially if you're a leader, or if you are in direct sales, or if you're using your profile page to do your business. Okay, so that brings me into what I was learning today, or reiterating what I heard reiterated today, is that with leaders, okay, so let's say we're talking about, hey, I recruited 14 people this month because we had a special. Woo, that's awesome, right? That is awesome. That's great numbers. So in 3 months, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say, all right, you recruited 14 people. As a leader, I want to know how many of those 14 people have reached the next level, or have gotten paychecks that are worth it to them based on maybe what their why is or what their family needs are. So let's go back and look at those 14 people and say, woo, I just had an email that just came up that said you're getting close to annual mentor award, woo, woo. Which I think I've already gotten it, but they send those blanket emails all the time. So we need to check with those people and say, okay, as a leader, you recruited 14 people. Out of those 14 people, who have promoted to the next level, who have made checks to warrant their family needs or whatever, okay? As a leader, it is up to us to make sure that we're nurturing those 14 new people to get them to those places, right? So it's not just, we're not just cheerleaders. We actually have a desire to create that same desire in our people to do so on and so on. So like that perpetual cycle type of thing, right? So what I teach my recruits to do, they teach their recruits to do, and they teach their recruits to do. So that's the importance of being able to mentor and be a leader to the people that you specifically recruit. Okay? So for instance, in my business, one of the things that I've done recently is I have created a group for just the people that I recruited. And so what happens there is, yeah, we have a big group page where all of the teams get together and everybody shares ideas, and it's wonderful because it's a great place to collaborate, it's a great place to share ideas, it's a great place to cheerlead, right? But when I created that group for just my recruits, the first reaction to from these people were, oh, finally, a place where I can feel safe asking questions, getting ideas, running things by you that my teammates or my recruits won't see me asking. So it's kind of that safe zone, that safe place, right? So as a leader as well, it gives me that opportunity to mentor with them one-on-one a little bit more and more successfully, because I'm getting to know them as individuals without the shadow of their recruits and their recruits and their recruits. Because if you're teaching your recruits properly, then they're teaching their recruits properly, and then, you know, you don't really have to go further down the line besides your personal sponsors or your personal recruits. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? I see the heart, so I'm hearing you guys listening. Thank you. And thank you for the hearts, you guys, by the way. It's just a constant flow of rippling hearted rainbows. Who's got the chocolate hearts today? I had chocolate hearts this morning. Who's got the chocolate hearts? Yeah, Gabby. Woo woo! Chocolate hearts rock. So when I was listening to John's scope this morning, hi Kristen, some of the things that he was saying were those things, right? When you're a leader, that the numbers don't really matter unless they're numbers that are ending up in your pocket, right? And I know that sounds kind of business-ish, but aren't we all in this for a business? You know, aren't we all in this for a reason? Whether it's for money, whether it's for friendships, whether it's for travel, you know, whatever we do as a business, whether it's a corporate business or a direct sales business, we're in it for a reason. And ultimately, you know, one of the other conversations that was a very pivotal point for me was that I was sitting down with a millionaire leader who happens to be one of my very close friends now. And she said, why are you doing this? What is the reason that you're doing this particular business? And I said, you know, it's not really about the money. I said, I'm trying to find stuff to do to fill some time. And she said, time out. She says, how can you tell me that it's not about money? And I said, well, because it's really not about money. I said, we don't need the money. I'm working, but my husband works full time and he takes care of the house and, you know, all of the things. And so she said, so if you did this for free, you would still do it. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I think I would still enjoy it tremendously now. Maybe not back then when she first asked me that, because I really hadn't gotten into it. Good morning, Sandra. Is it Sandy or Sandra? Can I call you San? Can I just call you San? So it really got me thinking. And she said, okay. So she goes, I need to tell you, for free product. That's a good one, right? Yeah, we do it for Sands. Okay. We can do it for free product, but think about this. If you're doing it for free product, then it's because you don't want to pay for the product at wholesale or at any cost. So therefore it's about saving money. About the money, it's a friendship, it's sharing the journey and the passion. Okay. Yes, and I agree with this, but this is going to be like, oh, okay. So we continued talking, and I said, no, I just really believe that it's really not about the money. So she said, so if you could help people by giving them this opportunity, is it something that you would do? And I said, oh, absolutely, of course I would. So she says, if you're giving the opportunity to people who are the housekeeping at a hotel, and you had the extra money to go to that hotel, or maybe you earned a trip from your business to go to use that hotel or that resort, and all of those people were employed because of you, how does that make you feel? Is it about the money now, and the fact that if you are earning the money, you can actually help others by keeping them employed, by flying on the airlines that they are employed on? Not everybody is going to work for your business, right? There needs to be people in all of these other pieces of our world. You know, we've got to have the garbage collectors. We've got to have the street cleaners. We've got to have the housekeepers. We've got to have the carpenters. We've got to have all of those things. Right. It's about, right. The bonus to what we do is the friendships and connections. But the main reason that we do anything is because of the money. And as soon as you can recognize that and be okay with that, and know that your money is actually putting people, I need the money, medical bills, right. Okay, so here we are. This is someone who is very adamant about saying, hey, yeah, it is about the money. And I will be here to tell you that at this point, it is about the money for me, because my purpose in life is to be able to inspire and help as many people as I can before I die. And if that means that I'm able to earn the money, because what I do well, and I earn the money, that I can turn around and take these trips and leave nice tips for these people who are working so hard to take care of my needs while I'm there, absolutely it's about the money. Yeah, you're exceeding it and so much more. But I think, people say money doesn't make the world go round. Unfortunately, it does. And fortunately, it does. Love is a byproduct of what we as human beings can provide to people. love and money are not one and the same. You know, but money can't buy you love. Well, no, you're right. Love is part of a human structure of what we are as human beings, and whether or not we actually provide that to the other human beings or the other living things on our earth or beyond, whoever knows, whatever's on Mars, the money is a different aspect. And money is something that helps us to live a more fruitful life, and to have love in it, right? So they're not the same. Money can't buy you love, because you're right. But money can make you a lot happier, a lot more comfortable, and it can help others be happier and more comfortable. You know, so imagine if we weren't making any money, okay? And I'll be honest, direct sales is known as one of the #1 income producing jobs in our nation right now. It is, and that's amazing. I'm so glad to be part of it. But if I were making gobs of money, okay, and I were not spending it, I was stuffing it in a mattress and I was leaving it for later, well, and I can beg to differ on that one too, and I'll tell you why in a second. But if you're putting the money away and not using it, then you can't be helping people who are needing the money now. Does that make sense? You know, so if you don't buy a house, you can't help the contractors. You can't help my husband who cuts wood to build houses, right? So see that trickle-down effect? What I was going to say is if you hide it in your mattress and you're saving it for later and you have children, then you could be intentionally adding to blessings in their life later, but that's besides the point. The best thing to do is to open up some kind of an IRA or a 401k or some kind of an investment so that you can share that with your loved ones later, right? So, I guess the tangent that I went on in regards to you don't have to be loud to be powerful is that it kind of cycles all back together, is that you don't have to be, and this is not a political thing whatsoever, this is just pure observation, but you don't have to be a Donald Trump who is extremely loud in person and with his money. I'm not saying what he's doing is right or wrong, so let's not go there. But you don't need to be loud as a person or with your money, meaning kind of flashy, right? You don't need to be flashy to be powerful. You know, because I could be a millionaire and trickling my pay it forwards, which I love to do often, in a lot of different places and be blessing a lot of different people, not so very loud, but creating a very powerful impact, right? Because these people that are on the receiving end, they're going to shift their day. You know, their character, their demeanor, their energy is going to shift even for a moment when they realize that somebody's done good for them, right? Wow, I think I am, I don't know what's happening, but my breath is less and less. I have only been on here for how long? Oh, almost 20 minutes. Wow, the time flies when we're on here, doesn't it? And so now I'm going to up it up a little bit. But I find that my breath is not as easy. Am I getting less out of shape? So share with me what your #1, this may have been my very, yay, battling for 5 years, and yes, it truly makes a difference. It does, you know. I want you to share with me what you feel your #1 leadership trait is about yourself. Let's give some kudos and shout outs to yourself. What do you feel your #1 leadership trait is in whatever you do, whether it's being a mom, which is also a leader, or being a leader of a team? Leading by example. That's excellent. Excellent. This is what I'm doing, right? I'm leading by example. Positivity. I love that. Confidence building. So you are building confidence in others. That's excellent. Compassion. Those are great, great skills to have. And to think that you feel confident about those skills. I love it. Encouragement. So what do you think is your number one trait to motivate people? How do you motivate people? What is your number? When I say, how do you motivate people? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? That's a big one, Jess. That's huge. Believing in them is a very big motivator. Yeah. Is this bouncing? I think it's a movie. Sharing excitement. Yes. Positivity. Believe in them. Make them believe in themselves. Encouragement. Yes. Those are all really good ones. Make them believe in themselves. See, that's a common theme, Jess. Giving them your time. Giving them your time. Yeah. These are great, right? Because I feel like as a leader, if I am leading by example, yeah, there's one. If I'm leading by example, and I believe in what they if I genuinely, listening, yes, if I genuinely believe in them, I'm going to listen to them. Because when you believe in somebody, you listen, right? So that's kind of incumbent with each other. You are going to cultivate that type of belief system in them to give them the ownership to believe in somebody else. So see how that trickle effect happens? And I love that trickle effect. You know, that happens with so many different things. It's kind of a, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, like one thing leads to another, the domino effect. That's what I'm thinking of, the domino effect. Right? A domino effect. You lead by example, they're going to lead by example, the other people are going to lead by example. But if you believe in them, then they believe in themselves. The butterfly effect. I was waiting for it, but I didn't want to say it. Yeah, you know, the butterfly effect, like Heidi Thompson says as the president of Sensi, that's why I'm here. Nice. When a butterfly flaps its wings, it's a known fact that it affects, if a butterfly flaps its wings here in Allagash, then it will affect the wind stream wherever you're living. Okay? So that type of butterfly effect is pretty powerful, and you don't have to be loud to be powerful. So I just thought that was a really good message to share with you guys today. And again, I'm not going to say this on my other periscopes, but I know a lot of you are Sensi consultants, and that's fine. I just want you to know that my periscopes are not going to be brand specific. I want to kind of open this up to knowledge that I can share beyond the borders of a direct sales company. Does that make sense? Hopefully. All right, so we are, yes, 23 minutes in. I'm going to crank this bad boy up, and I'm going to, what time is it? Oh, it's past 4 o'clock. I was supposed to do my, or is it 3:30? It might be 3:30. I don't know. What time is it in Eastern Standard Time? What time is it? It's like 1 here. That does not help me, Chrissy. Is it 4:30 Eastern Standard Time? Wow. The day just flew by. I was supposed to do my shout-outs at 4. I guess when I get off this, I'm going to do it right away. So if you want to come back on, make sure that you have followed me so that you get the doo-doo-doo-doo tone when I go live. 8:30 a.m. here. Holy moly. So I have a fun thing to share before I hang up. So as you guys know, I have a team, or maybe you don't, I have a team worldwide. Fashionably late, that's always a good thing to be. Thank you. I have a team that's worldwide, and in my direct sales business, I feel leadership is very important, and for a little bit I think I might have slacked. I was paying a lot more attention to my own personal business and less attention to my health, which also meant that I was paying less attention to my leaders. So this is a real eye-opener for me as well, okay? So tonight I have a Facebook party, and then tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. sharp, I need to get up, and I'm going to be doing a Zoom meeting with my team in Australia and New Zealand. So I'm really hoping that I can get some sleep tonight to be able to get up at 3 a.m. But that is called dedication. That is called leading by example. That is called absolutely believing in them. All right, guys. I hope you have an amazing afternoon. If you can't be back here for Scoper Chat shout-outs, then I understand. If not, then that's when you go to bed, right? I gotta get up at 4 a.m. for work every morning. I'm sorry. I don't. 7, 8 o'clock is usually lately what I've been getting up at. I used to be a 6 a.m.er, and for some reason, as I stopped smoking, I sleep longer, which maybe apparently I must have needed. So, anyway, all right, guys. Let's do a heart explosion. Give it to me. Come on. Let's feel the heart. Woo woo. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you on the next scope.